There's a fire rate on it. Put a
All
fire
right,
rate on
we'll
it.
call this public hearing of Fiscal Council in regards to the wheel and excise tax order.
Call the meeting to order.
Yeah, I'll call the meeting to order.
We're calling the meeting to order. We're gonna say pledge.
Yeah, we can. We already did.
We close our meeting.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So the purpose of this meeting is to hear public testimony with regards to the proposed wheel and excise tax that we have made an ordinance for and made available in the auditor's office already. So we've got the public here. You guys want to come up to the podium or just stay in your seats? Purpose of this meeting is for anybody to ask any questions that they've got. Go
Well,
ahead.
just tell us what's going on.
Uh,
That's a good start.
Yeah, we've got a proposed $35 excise tax and $50 wheel tax per vehicle. Estimated to generate $430,000 in tax revenue for the highway department. This is a per vehicle tax. I know there was some confusion of being called a wheel tax. It's not $35 per wheel. The difference between the wheel and the excise, so the $35 tax would be like on your passenger type vehicles, motorcycles, most of your personal type vehicles. And then the $50 would be like on semis and commercial vehicles. The big reason that we're on this is our highway department is largely funded through state community crossing grant monies. That pool of money is now shrinking drastically. The exact number I don't think anybody knows at this point yet. And then in addition to that, any counties that do have the wheel tax will now automatically get a lane mile match from the state. And potentially there'll be a separate pot of money like the old community crossing grants that we would be eligible for too, only if we have the wheel tax. So the highway department was in the hole about 400,000 last year. So that's where the $35 and $50 tax level, how we came up with that, is to meet that deficit. And then the main reason that we feel the need for the tax is because of the way the state's changing the funding, to where if we don't have it, we're losing out on a lot. So our deficit could potentially be a lot worse than that already existing 400,000.
I don't know if it really matters, but how do we compare with surrounding counties? Is that something you consider?
As far as what they're doing, what they're charging,
Yeah.
I think, what do you say? 50, as of late last year, 55 to 56 of the counties haven't enacted the wheel tax. Now, obviously, there's different levels. You can start minimum all the way up to the maximum, but I don't know exactly what our neighbors have. I know a lot of counties in the state are doing it.
Now, I guess the last question I'll shut up here is how's that going to affect the Amish community?
This tax is on anything that's registered to the BMV. So buggies are not registered to the BMV. My understanding is the commissioner just raised.
And the commissioners on Monday night raised the fees up to $100 per buggy. You have to enforce the ordinance.
Yeah.
That's the part that, man,
So
we've had
commissioners,
multiple talks with the highway department. Buggies cause a lot of damage. I get it. I hear about it. But we don't have a sheriff that enforces the ordinance that was out there to begin with. Hopefully the new sheriff is going to enforce the ordinances.
but the commissioners did pass that.
They did. They raised it $100 and it's every 15 months, I believe. Every 15
Annually.
months.
Yeah,
And they do that at the auditor's office?
they do it in my office, yes.
Do we know what percentage is
No.
currently doing it?
No, there's no way.
Because
I
it's
don't know how
not
I would even
enforced.
know that, so.
Yeah, how much does it generate?
Yeah.
Financially?
I mean,
Well,
right
I mean-
now it's $25 for the
So it went
ones,
from
for the
25
ones
to
that do
100.
come in and register their vehicle.
Or there's actually somebody that does that, there's Amish that do come in.
Yes, there is. A handful of them do.
But
I
if it
can't
was
tell you the percentage
enforced,
because I don't know. the
if it was
total of-
enforced now, it would at least be $100 per buggy.
I assume we have the majority of the Amish in Pleasant and Cotton Township. So a lot of people on the other side of the county really don't feel that, the need for, taxing the Amish, but I think we do in our township.
Yeah, I think, my opinion is, you use the roads, you need to be paying the same as everybody else.
What's the deal on that?
There it is.
Would that be farm equipment as well? I mean, they're
Agriculture is,
had to pass two this week.
If it's grain trucks, semis and or whatnot that are plated through the BMV, it would be yes.
Tractors, not.
Tractors and or whatnot,
But
no,
no other way,
no.
no registering.
Only if they're registered through the BMV.
So does that include my camper that I have that goes through the BMV?
Yeah.
Our trailers that go through the BMV?
Yes.
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 That seems a little unfair to me. Because there's a lot of farm equipment, a lot. As many as there is Amish, pretty much, I'd say, this time of year.
There's really no way to regulate it. There's no way to enforce it.
Along with the lawnmowers and
Hey,
all the other stuff we see.
You don't ride yours around town, do you?
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes.
I've seen it do it too. I've seen it do it.
But is there any way to help with the farm equipment that's on the roads to make it a little more easier for all these people that can't get by without registering their vehicles, their campers, their trailers?
I guess I don't know. I don't understand where you're at.
So why are we charging the Amish if we're not charging the farm people? Because the Amish, what's the whole reason?
The Amish are using it as a mode of transportation, just like I would getting in my car.
Okay.
We all know some people who drive their tractor to the bar or to wherever, but that's not typical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So they're usually used for agriculture, and most agriculture type vehicles like that are exempt.
I thought it was though to repair the roads, so if they're helping tear the roads up, why wouldn't that help repair the roads? I'm just saying, just asking, it's a question.
Good
And I
question.
kinda agree with you, but I just don't know how you'd ever audit it.
Same way you're doing the Amish. I mean,
I don't know, did they have to, I don't know that they ever have to register a tractor or a grain bin or whatever it may be
No.
that they're pulling down the
But
road.
then how many tractors are never on the highway?
I don't know.
Hours.
Who would know?
Many,
Yeah.
many. They're never on the highway.
Well, mine hits Lower Goose Creek so I can go bush hog for 20 feet.
Well, that might be a thing too, that the state would have to address to make it legal for counties to do that. I don't know if you can do something
Yeah.
like that without the state.
I don't think, I think military vehicles aren't included either.
Government
Any government
Yeah.
municipality.
and religious affiliated vehicles, for example.
And one of the other reasons, like for me, with looking at the wheel tax and things like that, when Dusty presented to us and showed us the map of the county with all the different roads in the county, whether they be asphalt or gravel or whatnot, the disrepair of so many of them, and what I think a lot of people don't understand is we have asphalt roads out there now that are getting in complete disrepair. You can't go and put chip and seal on top of them. You can't gravel on top of them because it's hard. It just comes off. So in the aspect of, well, right now you've got an asphalt road in front of your house, it's kind of in disrepair. the county coming in and literally taking all the blacktop off and taking it back to gravel, how much gripe are we gonna get for that?
That would cost a fortune.
But that's
Seal
what's
that
gonna
out.
have to happen. You can't chip and seal and asphalt over a cobblestone asphalt road, that's already went to cobble.
What I got from what Dusty said was it's a lot cheaper to keep what you got
It
than
is.
either letting it go or.
And if you let the chip and seal go too long and don't do it, that's
It's the
where
same
you run into
way.
this problem that you have now. But if there's not funds,
So you said that the highway department was in the hole last year, how much, 400,000? 430?
That's,
But you got funds, the motor vehicle highway restricted fund with $1.3 million in it as of January 1st of 2025. You got the motor vehicle highway fund, which is, 101173 is restricted. 101176, motor vehicle highway fund has $260,000 in it. You've got a cumulative bridge fund with 1.3 million in it. A local road and street fund with 122,000 in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what those funds are for, I know.
They're already,
There-
but
so there- yeah,
they're
those-
allotted,
those
they're allotted
funds-
in budgets already.
those funds you
walked
mentioned.
into 2025 with 1.3 million in unrestricted fund. You had receipts of 958,000, distributions of 737,000, with an ending balance in December 2025 of 1.3 million, still in the account.
Right.
For 2025.
Right.
But the highway department's in the hole, 440,000.
When I said that, what I meant was, that, yeah, all those funds you mentioned have cash balances.
Yes.
So they're not in the red. What I'm saying is when they do their budget, what their expected expenses and what their expected revenue is upside down 400. Now that's adding local road and street, motor vehicle highway, and restricted all together. All three of those came up to 422. The deficit from their revenues versus expenses. Not they're in the hole. They all have cash balances that you just read off.
So I mean, but
There's money there.
yeah, so
If
at the
something
end of
doesn't change,
2025,
it will run out.
between the three funds, the cumulative bridge, the restricted highway, and then the other highway, to almost almost $3 million. And we're gonna get taxed more to help pay for more roads. We got 3 million sitting here for budgeting. I'm trying to figure this out. And we're doing it at the highest rate we possibly can.
No, we're
No,
not.
you're not. No,
So
you're
what
not.
rate are we doing it
We
at?
went halfway. We went halfway.
So what
There were-
what is the percentage?
There were some of us that wanted to go max, because I would rather go max and come down
You'll
than
have to come
start
down once you go
low
max.
and go up. Marion County just changed to $100
Yeah.
cars
And
and
Marion County is a lot
$200 for
bigger than
trucks.
Switzerland County.
Decatur,
And they have a
Decatur
whole lot
County,
more revenue coming in.
Decatur County has had a wheel tax for over 22 years. Different counties around us have always had them that have assisted. Switzerland County hasn't had to because of boat revenue and because of other things.
Right.
Jenny, you and Dusty want to explain with budgets and cash balances, it doesn't always flow that way.
I mean, this is just.
Just
what-
because you have
what
money in
the
an
Switzerland
account,
County submitted to the state, what you said, and the report is called the cash and investment combined statement. So what does
We
cash and
can't
investment mean?
understand if you don't get the answers, so I'll
Yeah.
come with them, so.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I'm
fine to
saying
hear.
what you got, what the county reported to the state in a cash and investment combined statement at the end of 2025. So cash and investment, to me, cash and investment is money sitting in Switzerland County's accounts. Obviously budgeted for, this is budgeted for this, I get all that. I dealt with the casino, dealing with multi-billion-dollar budgets in the casino operations part of it for 15 years.
So the only way that we can actually do any blacktopping here is we have to, the 73 fund is only for surface work.
Right, because it's restricted,
Yeah,
yes.
it's restricted.
And I knew it was restricted, but I didn't know.
Hey,
what-
Dusty.
Hey Dusty, come up and explain, because people can't hear you on the mic.
Yeah, we got people that are watching too, Dusty.
Okay. So on the 73 fund, it's the restricted and it's only for blacktop and chip and seal. That's all you can use it for.
Okay.
So we do usually 350,000 a year out of there for chip and seal. This year we're doing about 512,000. And then we had a bridge come up, bridge 16. that we had to replace. So some money will come out for that as
That's fine.
our match, yep. And then we only allot 450,000 is what we have left for the budget out of that 73. So when we go for community crossing money, we will add some of our
Because you have
money
to do
with
your
that.
match.
Yep, well, and anything extra we have,
Right.
we'll throw in with it to get as much done as we can.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's why
Which
that
makes
fund
complete sense.
has to build up a little bit so that we can use it. And
And
now
it
the-
completely makes sense, I, understand exactly what it's for.
Yep.
Because I knew it was restricted, I just didn't know what restrictions
Yep.
were on it.
And on the 76 side, that fund there is the one we're really gonna be filling on here this year and coming next, because that takes all your snow removal, any ditch work, mowing. We pay so much out of that it's really gonna start to fail.
And then what do you use, what's the local road and street tax? Or, I'm sorry, the local road and street account?
That is for mostly gravel, to handle the gravel roads, and then we have, is our, our salt, our road salt for the winter.
Mhm.
Now, that's gotta change this year too on the next budget, cause the salts went way up.
Yes.
Yep, and we had to order a little extra to catch up from last year, so that's gonna change a little too. It might also be behind this coming year. Yeah, and we also have an equipment line in 76 and local road and street, which sometimes we don't get to use them. We have to steal them for other stuff to escape through the year, but
So what is the total highway budget for the year, Jenny? What is the highway budget for the year?
Which fund?
Well, no, just the total, let's just say,
Bottom line.
just, just what? Because
we're
we're,
probably looking at,
Just do the restricted, that'll give them a better idea,
Yeah.
since they, what's
yeah,
the
the
budget
restricted
again?
is.
yeah, you're basically,
About $1 million
I was gonna
each.
say, it's probably a million,
Yeah.
1 some
It's
reason.
just
it
like,
Yeah,
you
about
know, the grants you
1.3.
apply for, they have. to
almost
be-
1.4.
Yeah, and grants used to have. to
And
be
we only
that
bring in
specific
about
thing you wrote the grant
900,000.
for.
We
So-
can't-
question?
we don't- we
You
don't
can't
do
just go-
the grant
So-
money
She's got a question.
Yeah, I was
for a
gonna get
specific
there.
project.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I had heard at the commissioners meeting in June that the pause on gas tax
Mhm.
was gonna affect our budget over $300,000 because a lot of our road money comes from that.
From that
gas
tax. Yes.
We thought that was the
Yeah.
case, and it was getting scary, and
And
they
so, I mean.
changed that.
So that will be made up now.
I don't think that
Braun.
money's expected till like November.
Right. Braun is gonna use excess money to make counties whole again. We might see some of it around, was it July 20th maybe, for the first payments we missed. And then hopefully everybody will be made whole by November, I think.
But it's just, I mean, I hadn't heard those numbers that this lady over here has, but I'm hearing at the commissioners meeting that you guys have to bank a little bit ahead
We do, yes.
because what's
Or we
coming
try
in
to.
isn't, everything that's there isn't available for this year because this year's income is being affected, which won't roll over to help next year. And if we haven't, income and expenses haven't balanced out real well because prices have gone up on things like salt and
Yeah.
equipment repairs
And those increases are happening after the budgets are created.
Yeah.
So I get that completely,
Yeah.
that's,
And one thing
I don't
I
think anybody can do that.
You don't have
Yeah.
that magic
Well,
ball.
the price of asphalt and tar right now
It's
is
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
yeah, the
The
last,
salt, I
I
heard about the salt price increase over the last couple months.
think
Well, and you gotta
the
look
last
at,
5
too, if we
years,
have
I think
storms.
we went from what,
If we
Yeah.
lose snow,
90,000 to
we have storms, snow.
a mile on Blacktop.
and
And I only have enough budget in the restricted to do 450,000 in Blacktop just here in the county, not getting no funding or none of that. And that's a little over 2.5 miles, roughly 2.5 miles. So we have an asset management that rates all of our roads for us, so we know what's good, what's failing. We got about 48 miles of roads in category 2s and 3s, which have almost failed. And then we got our next category is 4s, which anything 5 and above, we can chip and seal and help for another 5 to 6 years. But the category 4s, if they're a good 4, you can chip and seal and get maybe 3 years out of them. But anything under the 4s need blacktop. So basically, with the 4s and the 2s and 3s, we got 100 miles that need blacktop. So you're looking at roughly $18 million.
And budget to do 2 miles a year.
Yeah, that's all I can afford without the assistance. So moving forward, if you know, if you fix the 2s and 3s at say $9 million, your 4s are sitting there failing as well, so you got another $9 million.
So you're never getting ahead of yourself.
No, you can't catch up.
But we've got money in a rainy day fund, and we've got all kinds of investment accounts.
Yeah, now
How
that
much
part
is
I
in the
can't
rainy
help.
day fund and how much are in our investment accounts? How many millions of dollars are there?
Yeah, that part I can't help.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that. I mean, I watched the financial meeting that they had this year, and not once did anyone that I could find, that I could listen to, or hear in that meeting, say how much are in any of those accounts.
We don't wanna spend all.
Right, the treasurer sends out those reports occasionally, what's in those funds. And, I mean, I look at them, I mean,
How
yeah,
much is there?
it's upper teens million, I mean, 18 million. You go beyond, there's more money beyond that, but that's money we're spending, we're using. That's our operating funds. That's what we pay salaries out of. That's what, so it's not all available like to just throw on the roads.
Well, you also have to look and see what that investment is making versus if you had to do bonding.
Right.
You know, it's, you guys, you know math.
You know, I mean, so,
And that's my biggest thing, my opinion, and I agree with you big time, is on one hand, it's like, hey, we've got money sitting here, and that's true, and that's true. But we also can't get so far behind the curve and just
right, so why
live
aren't we
on
looking
what we
forward?
got saved,
Figure out
if we
we're
got
gonna use
nothing
a
saved.
small
I mean,
portion of that each
it's
year
gotta
and build up
balance.
to help him
Well, if
get
you
further
had-
than 2 miles a year.
You really would have to break this budget down, your investments down. Let's just talk insurance. If that same storm that came through here 2 years ago hit again, exact same storm, our premiums went up almost 6 times what they were after that storm.
My premium. for
You
my
got,
homeowner-
that's
my
great,
homeowner's
but we're
insurance
talking about the
went
county
up
here.
25%.
We're talking about the county.
You know, I.
So you have to have that money available to pay those premiums before the insurance company is going to give you the money. So all those things need to be factored in here. It's not just that we have $18 million. You've got to have your own emergency accounts set aside, and you have to base everything that way. We have not always done it. We have a casino that we're hearing, just got the report, 3 days ago from John Bond. They're close to not making the 75, second year in a row.
Yeah.
Nobody can remember that casino barely getting across the 75 threshold. Folks, we got a problem with the casino.
When Boyd came in, I knew that problem was coming.
Well, that's great. You should have run for office a long time ago. My point is, what you have is what you have, and we have to adjust not only for what's in the investment accounts and what this county collects in taxes, because it's getting shorter and it's smaller.
So my property taxes go up because of the budget, because of the levy and everything. Now I'm paying taxes on,
Did they?
extra taxes on my cars. Got the lit tax, got the public safety tax, so we got all those taxes that are configured around the county's budget.
Yeah, lit tax is going away.
Lit tax going away.
When's it go away?
27, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
this year.
yeah, it's going away technically, but we have to reinstitute, we really should reinstitute a new one.
Somewhere.
Or we'll be broke
That's up to
very
the
quickly.
council to vote on.
You know, I mean, so I completely understand lit tax. I'm not saying that, I mean, I agree with it. I have no problem with lit tax. I understand exactly the importance of it. But again, here we go with another tax that everybody in this county is having a hard time. I mean, financially, the county is, the individuals are. At what point do we finally stop saying?
It really wasn't created at a local basis. It was created way above us.
Yeah.
And that's the world we live in with the price of gas, the price of food. I mean, I have good friends that work their rears off, and they say, I can't even get food for my family. I go to the free food store. There's no shame in it. There's no shame in it. Everybody needs to help each other, and
So I mean, we're
and
looking
I'm gonna
at,
sell some vehicles.
we're looking
She's got another
at, out
question.
here in the county.
Go ahead.
The gas price is like three something, and then in Greensburg, it's less than $3 a gallon. Is anybody in the county looking at that? And I mean, I've been sending stuff up to the state attorney general's office about it. Still haven't seen anything happen there.
Local
A
governments
friend of
are
mine
charging gas.
just posted that they paid $2.63 a gallon.
Government
And
controls the price of
Yeah, I don't-
gas.
We don't touch.
How is, you
As
know,
far as I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's
I
not
never
a
had a
county.
meeting about that.
no, but it's not a county thing, but our county government's supposed to be here to help us.
We can't control.
They don't
Gas
get to
prices.
regulate
We don't control
gas.
That's the
prices.
point.
No, they don't, but they can also help enforce.
I guess I would-
Contact.
I guess I'd tell you to call Garrett Bascom, he's your state rep, and
Yeah,
that's
he
who
hasn't
you go to.
contacted me back yet. I've sent him four contacts. I sent him
I'm
four.
not in charge of Garrett.
What is your question, Leanne?
Well, comment, I don't like taxes,
I don't need it.
but I would rather pay a little bit in a wheel tax or excise tax, whatever which one applies to cars. I would rather pay a little bit on that and not lose the county crossings money and the matching money from the state, which would, if we lose that, then we only have what we can raise on taxes to fix our roads, and then our rates would go way higher. And so I'd rather pay a small amount extra in taxes and not lose the state money, because that at least gives us a fighting chance of paying our bills and fixing our roads. I know the bus drivers fight those roads all the time.
So I'm very dangerous too.
And
You will, right?
I was with the school district in buses a couple years ago, and so you know how you have to do them. And so they've learned how to drive those roads safely, but we can't afford to a little bit of extra taxes versus a whole lot of loss seems like a legitimate balance to me. We pay a little bit extra. The state says you need to help support yourselves. And so we do that, and we try and go after some of the Amish money that hasn't been coming in to make it more fair and do the best we can, because I trust you guys are balancing needs versus wants. I mean, I was talking to Dusty earlier, I need air conditioning in the summer so that I can breathe, but I don't need to have it as cold as I want it, so from what I've been hearing, I trust that you guys are making the best decisions you can with what you have, and you're always between a rock and a hard place to balance out levying taxes versus the expenses you can't control. I wish that more of the rainy day fund was bigger so we could tap into it, but Belterra's not paying as much as they used to, so that.
Because the state took what they wanted to take from
Because
us.
because
we
it's
fought
getting
for it,
smaller.
couldn't-
Well,
couldn't get stopped.
No, the amount they have to pay on is based on in-house revenue, not on online gambling.
Correct, but the state took quite a big portion of our revenue out of that. Those funds years ago, I forget how many years ago they started
It's
doing
not,
that. And it just keeps decreasing, just from that, not to mention the game of pass.
Well, when you look at it, there are a lot of us that like to live in a rural community. There have been options that have been put out there, like the extension of 101 and different things to get more industry into this county. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We only have so much industry in this county, and Belterra, of course, being the biggest. So unless we can figure out how to get some other industry and other tax, other companies or whatnot that can feed the beast, we've got to do something as a county. And to be honest, I personally there's 7 vehicles between the family with us, and that's not even including trailers and whatnot. I would rather pay $35 a piece on those to make sure my roads don't have potholes and everything else, because it's gonna cost more to repair the tires on the dang things. And to be honest, I'd rather give it to NDOT if I could get them fixed 156 to where the wheels don't about fall off my truck.
That's a
That
dream.
doesn't happen.
Dream big, girl.
But you see what I'm saying? I mean, 156 is a mess, let's all agree, it's a bumpy mess.
One rim and tire cost you many years of this wheel tax.
Exactly, so I'd rather drive Bodie and Turtle Creek and the roads that I know the county is maintaining.
And you said 35, Kim, I thought it was 85.
No, it's 35 is what we proposed.
Oh,
Tell
okay.
everybody.
That would have been,
Just
the
pass it.
maximum that
That's
would have
right.
been.
Okay,
People
well,
are thinking
that's-
it's 85.
Or
Yeah,
just halfway.
it's declared.
Hey,
I mean,
Yeah.
I think somebody's out there spilling the wrong numbers.
I know. It's
Because
like that's.
It was voted on last meeting. It was very clear what the numbers were, but unfortunately, there's some yappers out there that have not paid
Well, I
all the
wouldn't
way attention.
exactly call
And I missed
that
that meeting, I watched.
Well, I'm just saying, when I'm saying yappers, I'm saying people are saying things that they didn't go back and check.
But
It's
that's
not
not
disrespectful to taxpayers that are
Problem with
actually
that is
finding a
that
paycheck.
there's no newspaper, there's no radio station, so how would you know if you're not on Facebook?
I agree.
Everything on
That's a
Facebook
big
is crap
problem.
anyway.
That's a big problem.
So,
moving forward,
anything-
with the tax increase,
Yeah,
you'll
he's
actually-
gonna go,
let me,
he's gonna go over it.
so all these vehicles are gonna fall under the $35 rate. Passenger vehicles, motorcycles, motor-driven cycles, collector vehicles, trailers with declared gross weight of 9,000 pounds or less, trucks with a declared gross weight of 11,000 pounds or less, mini trucks, and I assume private military vehicles, the state's military vehicles, but it wouldn't make sense for the military to. And then the
what's a
$50, so
consider a
and that's
motor-driven
technically the wheel tax, or the excise tax. So these both technically fall under a local option highway user tax, LOHUT, which is what we're all calling the wheel tax.
So that's 35.
But technically, the excise tax, which you have to enact both of these at the same time, you can't do one or the other. So the technical excise tax is the $35 one, which is what I just listed, which is basically your personal type stuff. And then the wheel tax, which is like your commercial type stuff, which is $50. And both of these rates are roughly middle of the road between the minimum and maximum the state's allowing us. That we, because we don't like taxes either, and are trying to be responsible, selected that rate for the reasons that we've already discussed to balance that deficit. But the wheel tax is $50 proposed, and that would fall under buses, recreational vehicles, semi-trailers, tractors, not agricultural tractors, but referring to semis, trailers with a declared gross weight more than 9,000 pounds, and trucks and tractors with declared gross weight of more than 11,000 pounds. And exemptions would be vehicles owned by the state, subject to the surtax, or religious organizations, school bus, motor vehicle that is funeral equipment that is used in the operation of funeral services would be the only exemptions. And this ordinance, I can get to anybody that wants it if you want to see it
It's in my
yourself.
office
It's in
as
her
well.
office. So just for reference, the wheel tax is, we're allowed between $5 and $80. And the other one, the excise tax, $7.50 to $50. So we did 35 and 50 within those.
And that you're looking is to cover the deficit that you're seeing right now with the highway department, right?
And to keep
Well,
us
it won't cover it all.
community
On the,
crossings.
on the government, yes.
So.
35 won't cover all your
To the
deficit.
Amish.
No.
I'm surrounded by Amish. They have church around me all the time. I say you go, I don't like to pay this stuff either, but if I've gotta pay it, they need to pay it.
The commissioners, as Matt was saying on Monday, just raised the buggy.
They increased it from 25 to 100.
I wouldn't call it a registration technically.
Yeah, I think you came
Basically,
in,
it's a
you probably came in
license.
after.
It's a registration.
So, I mean, the key point that I think that you
Yeah, it's
have
not
to do
a
is,
fee, it's a-
you have to enforce that ordinance.
Yeah, well, it needs to, a lot of things need to be enforced
Right.
with the Amish.
Right.
Because we have to drive the roads. Actually, one county road that we travel daily to go to work, it is so chewed up by horses. And honestly, we call it horse crap alley. Because it is so chewed up by the horses' feet and so much horse crap all over the road that we call it horse crap alley.
I think they're horseshoes.
Yes.
The road.
I'll go tell my Amish friends, hey, you better get down there and pay your 100, and I bet they do it. I would say they would. They said people
Why
don't
didn't
talk
they do
to
the
us.
25?
They don't know, they're not on Facebook, huh?
Just didn't know.
I'll spread the word.
Does anybody else have any questions
Need to
for
be
us?
mailed letters.
Jim, I hear what you're saying about the newspapers and things. I think the best thing you can tell the public out there is, you know, council meetings are recorded once a month on the Wednesday.
sometimes on the
and
council
then
meeting.
You've got my phone number,
I
Jim.
mean,
Call me.
we've upgraded everything. It's the best we have.
I would like to have a copy of that. All the rates and everything that you read, now, is that available? Do I have to come to
I
the
have a
courthouse to
copy,
get
I
it?
have a copy I can give you tonight if you'd like.
Well, how
Yeah,
come
I
they
like to have
can't
a
go
copy.
on the public meeting? I mean, why can't there be like, isn't there a website or something?
We have a county website.
Why can't that be posted up, or is it
Well,
posted up?
I didn't post it because it's not
It's not been
signed
adopted
or
yet.
anything.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay. But it can when it gets signed, right?
Yes.
Because I was confused too, I thought I had to pay 50 and 35, so that's where the yappers are, I wasn't one of
You
them.
do
I'm
what
saying-
I've had a lot of people ask,
I
come to me thinking
Yeah.
it's $50 a wheel or
On
something.
what
I
trailer?
Yeah.
don't know per wheel.
You have to vote, both of them on the trailer?
Yeah, 50 and 35
Well, why not?
on your RV.
Why not what pulls that on the trailer?
I went on,
Put it on.
yeah, I just did research.
Sure.
You would-
And
If you
It's
just
less
say
than
real wheel
$100.
on your RV. that would-
If he was pulling the
I
car
just
behind you,
don't
I
like-
think,
Gotcha, I was like,
Yeah.
or a trailer dolly behind it.
Nobody else has questions for us.
Yeah, but the dolly trailer would be.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the meeting.
Thank you.
Before we close this meeting, we need to vote.
That's what it
Introduce
is. That means.
taxes on its first reading. Instead of the-
I'm gonna go call them. I need to do some work.
Introduce the first reading.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to introduce the
thank
first
you guys
reading.
enough. You guys do a great job. That's really-
That's the meeting, right. That's the people that, I didn't get to watch the last council meeting, I'm sorry. Good.
We have to
Yes.
formally set the next date, or we just say it's, or
See ya.
Yeah, we,
we need to make a motion for that? Yeah, but we need to say.
I mean, you know what
We
to do.
couldn't read.
Thank
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that our second reading will be on August
It's
12th.
live.
I'll second.
I'm gonna tell my friends now.
second by Kim
I'm
to,
gonna say goodbye.
Folks, we have a council meeting still underway.
motion by Lance, second by Kim, you can, second.
Yes, I second.
Do we need to pick a time too, or just, it can be part of our meeting?
Just fine.
Okay, good enough.
So after that one, we're done.
After that one,
We're done with this. All right, all in favor of the
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Yeah, because that's why.
Just telling you that. Because you're gonna be working on your
It's not
buses.
super clear. I mean, you know what I mean? When I look at that, I'm like, you have two rates. I'm like, then you have to